driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the Slimy Bastards. Take it away, Jason.
Welcome to the Slimy Bastard podcast show. I'm joining at the Boone Nationals here in Boone, Iowa for the IMCA Super Nationals today. I got Zane Devilbiss in with me. I've been wanting to chat with him for a little bit. I met up with him over the week of what race was that week? Was that the Iowa Speed Week, wasn't it?
Yeah, that or the Salute of Veterans, one of the two, somewhere around that area.
So I've known you for a little bit, Zane, and I'm glad to have you on my show and that. And welcome to the Super Nationals. You're a past winner. What year did you win? You won a couple times, haven't you?
Yeah, we've won quite a bit around here, and it was, what was it, 2010, 14, somewhere around there. So
okay, but you're back defending, trying to get another title, and away you are. And it sounds like you had a little bit of trouble getting here with some tires and shit.
Yep, yeah, we had some issues on the trailer there. I mean, seems to be expected with the interstate roads these days are just not the best, but got that fixed and got here. We missed the prelude by about 30 minutes, but it was all right. Give us some time to be prepped and ready to go for yesterday.
Yeah. How's your car looking? I mean,
Man, the mod, since we've unloaded it, has been on point. We've been really, really good. We got back from Iowa this last time. We found some issues we had and fixed that before we came out. And it's been really good since we've been here. I led, I think, 24 of the 25 laps last night and gave it away there in lap traffic. Driver error on that part.
Yeah.
Stock car, we've had a few issues, but I think we got it turned around today. We won the heat there and drew the pole for the main, so we'll see what happens.
Now, you're a chassis builder. You're Devilbiss cars, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
You do stock cars and all that with that, or do you have someone else doing your stock cars?
No, we're doing the stock cars. We build mod stock cars, sport mods, hobby stocks, and the mod lights.
Okay.
We built some dwarf cars as well, but kind of faded that out a little bit, mostly focusing on the bigger cars, and the mod lights are kind of growing quite well.
Yeah. It's actually kind of grown up quite a bit, hasn't it? Like it's kind of taken off, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Our stuff has just been, I feel like, we got Bloomquist in our cars there about 2 or 3 years ago. And it seems like, around that time, which I mean, we've been building up to it, but it seems like our stuff has really, been on point since then and kind of taken off. And we've got a different following per se, and it's grown quite a bit. I think since 2018, we've put together 100 cars. And before that, in the 10 years I was building them, we were about 20, 22 cars.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Do you race them at all then, or?
Yeah, somewhat. We've, my brother's mostly doing the mod light stuff. Okay. And, my dad was big in the dwarf cars, and so we all raced dwarf cars growing up before I got into the mods and stuff. And so I pretty much leave that in my brother's hands as far as that goes. I build stuff for him, and he goes and tests it.
Sure. Now, where's home at for you?
Farmington, New Mexico.
Okay. So you come up here quite a bit to race in Iowa over the summer and that. You make the tow you're up here stomping grounds up here quite a bit, honestly. But during the winter, where are you running at and where are you going?
So the last few winters, honestly, we've just been so busy putting cars together. I haven't got to race a lot, but, the winter series stuff, when we go down to Yuma there at Kokopah and run that when we can. And we're thinking about doing that this January, and then even doing the Florida deal. I think we're considering that to go to Florida and run with
that. Looks like a pretty cool race down there. I had Pappy Leonard on during that Salute to Veterans Week, and he's a big. They sponsor him to come down there and all that. But he talks pretty highly of it. I know Justin and Mills has talked about going down there.
Yeah.
And,
well, and that's what that's what me and Darcy have talked about a lot. It's really tempted to shoot over there so you can get a little vacation time in Florida, which is a lot nicer weather there than where we're at in New Mexico. And then also get some racing in at some different tracks.
Does it get cold in the winter where you are?
Yeah. So we're up in the Four Corners. We're basically 20 miles from Colorado. Okay. So it's not terrible, but it's colder than you want to be outside in.
It's probably warmer than here in northern Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
It's 20, 30 below.
Yeah, it's definitely warmer than here. That's why we've talked about making the move up here and living here, which we're actively kind of looking for a house up here. But so I told her, like, we're going to have us a winter home in Arizona or something so we can go race there during the winter and then be up here during the summer.
And your dad cracked me up because every time I see you guys running around here, it's always with your guys' shirts off. I mean, you would think you're on the California beach with a weightlifting crew around you. That's the way I picture you guys around your pits.
That's always been something I got from him, and so we're always just been shirtless. It's like that's what even Austin Cool just asked me a minute ago. He's like, "Do you even own any shirts?" And I'm like, "Well, I try not to."
So when you're not racing in that, what are you doing? I mean, what are you on about doing and for fun in that?
Man, we got a lot of stuff to do there in New Mexico. There's a lot of cool mountains to do some hiking, and we, trail riding with the razors and dirt bikes and that sort of stuff. And just anything motorized, we pretty much stick to it.
Sure. Do you go to any like concerts? Are you into music? Is anything like that? Or?
Not really. So I actually have tinnitus, ringing of the ears, and so the concert deal is pretty much a nope for me because it's so loud it drives me nuts.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know that feeling of because I've been to so many different shows where it drives you fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
But so now that you won, I mean, you like what we said, you've won the nationals and all that. What's one race that you are going after that you'd like to win?
Oh man, just every time we show up to race, it just seems like everyone's just as important as the next, right. Especially being in the chassis business. So I don't, Batesville was a big deal. We won that 50,000. That was one that was really, on my bucket list forever. And honestly, Vegas has slipped away from me a lot in the mod. So that would be cool to do for sure. But, we've won it 3 years in the stock cars. And so it's not, I just got to work on my finishing techniques in the A qualifiers there. Just sure. Like here last night, man, I just gave one away starting the front row. Now I'm starting 18th because we start 3 wide. So it's I put a lot of distance in between me and starting up front here.
Right. But it's something you can make up if you're patient and this race is just so unique that way, I guess, if you could say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we started 4th and we got the lead going into turn 1 and so there's so much luck that goes into all of it. Obviously they're going to farm the track right for our main on Saturday. Right. And so making it through the first fucking corner is going to be the biggest deal to start the whole race deal out there,
Sure. And you're up for the All-Star this year. You got to qualify for that. You also got what's the other race that you're in tonight?
Race of Champions for the mods. And then we should have we were in tech last night with the mod, so I missed my chance to qualify in for the stock car All-Star deal too. So we should have been in that probably, but we just didn't have time to get over there with tech and everything.
Think that they'd make a little exception with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did last year, and for the mod version, because I had it afterward. But this time, since I was in there with the mod, they didn't, they probably didn't put 2 and 2 together. Sure. The stock car deal was going on, so that wasn't really there.
What do you like driving the most? Of everything you drove, what's one thing you enjoy? Because you've done a little bit of not modified
super late models.
Yeah, you've done a little bit of that. And what have you enjoyed the most?
Mods are keep you on your toes, so they're for sure like my favorite car to drive. Stock cars are fun, especially like Vegas, the bigger track like that. I love the stock cars there, but the late model hands down is the most adrenaline rush. But I just I don't have a deep enough pocketbook for that.
Yeah, it's quite a bit, isn't it? Of just even.
Yeah, just like when we were in Vegas, we ran that one there, and the amount of people, you got to have somebody make sure the oil's up to temperature before you even crank it, make sure your dry sump system is full, and changing the filter, make sure you're cutting it apart there's so much maintenance besides having the actual hands-on money to run that deal, and the motors are anywhere from $50,000 to $65,000, and you need to have 3 of them sitting there just to run a normal season.
So it eats it up pretty quick.
Yeah, and then 3 to 4 tires a night at $250 to $300 a tire. And so it don't take long to add up to where you're spending about $4,000 a night to try to race for usually 5 to 10,
Right.
and yeah, and they're a blast to drive. Like I said, I feel like they're like challenging. I mean, you can win everything for a 3-month straight period, and then you can come out and be a 15th place car with not even changing nothing, just get behind the times. Right. So,
well, with that, I mean, I wish you the best of luck. I really enjoyed visiting with you every time I see you, and that your dad's a fun guy to talk to, and he gets, I get a charge out of him at times of watching him chase your dog up and down the pits and that. And but you got your dogs with you today, or?
Yeah, we got Daisy, but they say you're not supposed to have dogs here, so it sucks because she's got to be pretty much kept up in the toter home there, and I mean, she's super chill. She just wants to lay there in the grass, but they're not a big fan of dogs here, so
makes it tough.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
but with that in mind, I wish you the best of luck the rest of the week here, and thanks for taking the time with me and that. And look forward to seeing you around the track more. And best of luck to you, Zane.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us on here.
Yeah, appreciate it. Until next time, download our episodes on YouTube and Spotify and all that. Thanks to Lake Mills Motorsports and Rock Springs. Give old Rock Springs some love out there at Pit Stop Motorsports with Slade Pitt and the guys, and appreciate it. And until next time, toodaloo, buckaroo.
Pit Stop Motorsports, dirt tracks racing, largest inventory trackside parts service. We keep racers on the track, located in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and coming to a track near you. Check us out on Facebook at Pit Stop Motorsports. And tell Slade Pitt the slimy bastard sent you.
Driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the slimy bastards.